I was here when hope was thin, when NFTs made fortunes, then FTX caved in. When Ona collapsed, when Germany sold, when Peter Schiff's posted gold. I was here, I was here. I was here through every season, every bull run, every fear, through the greed and through the bleeding. I was here, I was here. I'll be here when Bitcoin hits new highs. I'll be here when soul hits new lows. The market breathes, the market sighs, but the fire still glows. Through bubbles and bears, through faith and doubt, through every tweet that screams and shouts, I stayed the course, I faced the fear, I never left. I'm still right here. I was here when the dream began. I'll be here when they cheer again. From pizza slices paid in coin to sovereign hearts that won't rejoin. I was here, and I'll be here.
Well, I'm crying. Are you crying?
Oh man, we got a star. We got a star amongst us. Hey, Troll Farmer, what's up, man? Did you hear that? You heard this celebrity we got here with us? Songwriter extraordinaire, Chris. You wrote that, or GPT wrote that?
I did write it. I
don't believe you. I'll just say I don't believe you. I
didn't sing it. I didn't sing it, but I did write it. I promise.
Really? You're a songwriter?
Yeah, I've always written but never been able to sing. So thank you, AI, for the singing part.
Wow, that song was pretty dope. It was really good.
I've been listening to a lot of folk lately, and I was like, you know what? It just makes sense to do a folk song about like a choppy market and use my mouse to do it, because it has like the board eyes. So I don't know. I feel like it's pretty good at it just kind of fit the vibe a little bit. And yeah, I don't know. I'm sure you noticed, but I enjoyed putting like Ralph playing like a banjo on the moon on there, and the CEO like playing a harmonica.
Oh man, Chris, I didn't know you had that talent in you, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Wow,
that's
nice.
Fun.
That was actually good.
Thank you. That's a big compliment coming from Ken. Let's get the meat potatoes here. Well, first off, welcome Troll Farmer, Boozy, Ken, all you guys for being here. Fred's out today; he's traveling for work. But we are going to take a look at the V2 Mint that's coming up very shortly, like within 2 weeks. And we have some art leaks for you for the V2 Mint. We actually have a full new tribe that we're going to show in this video that nobody has seen yet, as well as just a lot of different traits and just new characters that haven't been seen. So really excited to have Boozy on board. Also going to hound him with a bunch of questions from myself, Ken, and Troll Farmer. If you guys have anybody in chat that's hopping through, if you have any questions for any of us, or specifically Boozy on the art, like feel free to drop them. With all that being said, what is up, Boozy? How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good, guys. I'm glad I could jump on this with you. I made the effort to do it so many times, but work often gets in the way. So today being Veterans Day, I am working from home, so I get to do this with you all. So I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about the art. I'm excited to talk about that new character that we kind of slipped in last minute. So it's all exciting stuff.
Well, I want to hold off on the new character, kind of like let that build up, let more people get in here. But I do want to talk about the art. So I know one of the things right now that we've been hearing and seeing is that Pizza Ninjas have over 2,100 traits, which is like significantly more traits than most of the top collections out there. And man, like, how do you even go about making that many traits? like was there some point of exhaustion or fatigue or creative struggles with that, or
Yeah, it's one of those things where you just you just kind of create and draw stuff, and just see what sticks. You kind of again, I always credit Trevor for him helping me brainstorm with a lot of this stuff, because we just talk all the time, and we have this ongoing text message chat that's just nonsense. We just text random ideas back and forth, and then sometimes those things find their way into the collection, or finding their way into the art, or whatever it is we're working on, with Pizza Ninjas. And that's one of those things where he would randomly be like, "What about this trait? What about that trait? What about this one?" And I'll kind of fire back with a couple ideas and just try to write them down. And you end up with a longer list than you can actually get to. So there's really no, like, you don't really get point of exhaustion. It's just a matter of like, can I actually get as many traits as we had these ideas for? And you think about things that are specific to Pizza Ninja, specific to the lore around ninjas and that whole thing, the lore around pizzas, the lore around just general Web3 culture. A lot of traits you want to kind of do their nods to other collections. So it's there's a million ideas. So you just why I think we ran out or had so many is because we just kept making traits until the clock kind of ran out, which is also kind of where we're going to get into that sooner or later on this conversation. We just do as much as we can. And that's why we ended up with so many, probably more than we need. We find ourselves now kind of struggling to include them all, but we're going to make it happen.
I love it. By the way, Roger, your setup's looking nice, man. I know you're traveling right now, but that's the best looking backdrop I've ever seen you have.
Yeah, usually I just don't care, and here it just looks nice. So it's
Wait, what? It's a plain Chris. Wait, what? Has it been that bad of backgrounds before? That
always
a plain white background is like.
I mean, it's a nice looking background. It's like he's got a plant in there. The lighting is really good. You can see the ninja hat as like the main prop in the background, like a casting couch. Like the bro's got it all.
You said a casting couch?
He has it
all. I'm here for the jokes.
If you stay in the call for 30 more minutes after this call, you will see some action.
No gracias.
Boozy, do you want to just pull up either the generator or just some of the V2, and kind of as we're asking questions, you can just kind of be browsing the new traits, the new characters, not quite the new character yet, not the new tribe yet, but like just to kind of like give us a visual while we're talking about it.
Yeah. I gotta be careful which screen I pull up then, because I do have like 30 tabs open. So let me just kind of consolidate.
Don't pull up the one with Roger's couch on it. When you
nasty couch.
As you're getting that ready, one of the things that I've personally seen you work out, but I obviously want to talk about it here, is like with there being so many traits, like trying to find the limitations of like maybe this trait needs to go on these tribes or this trait doesn't fit here. Like what kind of struggles did you have trying to match the traits to specific characters?
One thing I look at heavily is like just color cohesion and how the colors go together. I like when it makes sense too. Like when you'll see, let me pull this up, and you'll see like, there's like a bear, and the bear has like the honey jar in his head. Like those traits make sense together, but I don't really require that. I like when they're unhinged. I like when there's just some bizarre combination of traits that make no sense. But as long as for me personally, as long as the colors look good, then I'm happy with them.
Cool. Yeah. Pull it up if you got it. I can go ahead and. You good if I share the screen?
Yeah. I think I'm good now.
Okay, cool. Let me get us up so you can see us still. And yeah, we're live looking at the screen. So what are we looking at right here?
I'm delayed here. Okay, so this one here, this is this really awesome tool that Mike, our dev, had built out for us. It's something we're building on every day too. So I find myself kind of like finding new features that I wasn't aware were even there, because Mike's constantly doing the same thing like Trevor and I do. I'll spit ideas at Mike, and I know Troll Farmer, you've thrown a ton of ideas at Mike that how we can make this tool better, and he's improved it for us. So let's look at the actual collection now and kind of scroll through a bit.
Before we dive in, I do want to just give a quick explanation of something. The way that this V2 Mint is going to work, the way that it's worked is we've had over 10 people, obviously trusted from the team, each curate like 50 plus ninjas each. So more, and then some did a lot more than that. So there's actually more. There's actually more curations than even that's going to be in the collection. And basically, Boozy's going to narrow that down to make it fit the collection. That way, each ninja is carefully curated for each person that mints. So does that make sense? Did I say that correctly?
Yeah, and that's one thing I really do love about this collection is that there's so many people involved when it comes to the curation process. So it's not going to just be things that I like and ninjas that I like. And we joked a moment ago before we got on the stream, like this is something that I kind of had to be humbled by with Trevor's, because originally I wanted all the ninjas to be picked by me specifically, every single one of them to be something that I kind of curated myself and signed off on. But again, it makes sense that everyone has different tastes in this collection. Everyone's going to like crazy color combos, or some might like monochrome, some might like this trait over that trait, or this tribe over that tribe. So I'm not doing the collection a huge justice if I'm doing it all under what I like, because then there's going to be a lot of people that might be left out in terms of their taste and their flavor. So now we have, pretty much the whole team has jumped in on this, right? We have a good, I don't know, like 10 people maybe that have contributed to this. I don't know if I'm on the right tab, but there's a tab here actually too, which would be cool to see. Here we go, group by creator. This is pretty cool to see how, everyone is now contributing to this collection and making these cool color combos.
Oh crap! What are those? You're scrolling way too fast.
I am. We're just gonna dive right in, right? We're just gonna get into this.
Oh man.
So at this point, I've done 671 ninjas. When it's all said and done, I'll probably end up with about 1,000 that I curated myself over the next few days. We're pretty much locked in. We're all locked in right now, coming up to the mint. We're very close. So I'm like super locked in. But Chris, see some of the ones you did, of course, these are all so cool. It's cool because you go through each individual curator and you can just kind of see the taste. You can see the differences in the style between them all.
Yeah, that one looks the best to me.
Yeah, of course, right? So that's something I think it's going to be something that we're going to look back on and be very happy with. That decision to do it this way. It's just going to be a really, really really clean collection overall. It's going to have a lot of like even distribution between traits and colors and themes. I think I'm gonna be pretty excited about it. But let me jump back into let's go by tribe here a little bit, so we're not looking at these guys too much yet.
Cool.
So I think we all know the baghead by now, right? We've seen a few of those on the timeline. This is actually probably one of the original characters that we created. This is actually, I think, if I remember correctly, this is probably one of the ideas we had when we were making, the first generation, the first batch of 1,500 ninjas. This is something that we were playing with and we were drawing up. I always had this idea for this kind of character from the lore standpoint, that these characters would be these bagheads would be kind of like a street gang of some kind, and they all have like spray painted like little masks and little bags. They run around like little hoodlums through the ninja world, just causing chaos and havoc.
I love that one that has the like Bitcoin necklace with the Bitcoin baghead with the Bitcoin pole is like BTC'd out.
Yeah,
that one's crazy.
That's actually one thing I do try to do a lot when I see, like, sometimes you get the combinations when you roll the randomizer, which we'll jump into that in a moment too. But you get these combinations where there's like just a lot of Bitcoin, and then I'll go in there and customize it and be like, let's add more Bitcoin. Let's add more, like, whatever traits we have that have a Bitcoin be on it, just flood it with it. Because that just looks kind of like chaotic. But of course, anyone that's a Bitcoiner is going to love it. And we did something fun too with these traits too. Like, I don't think I have an SVG pulled up. Let's see if this does something here.
Ken, what are your thoughts from the lore aspect of the bagheads?
The bagheads?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a Jets fan, so this is perfect for me. Like all Jets fans have bags to put over our heads in public. So I love the bag heads. We could definitely come up with something on there.
It would be funny have like ninjas that were like shunned for whatever reason, you know, and that's why they have bags over their heads.
Yeah, one of them was spam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
when you remove the bag, it turns into spam. And I
That's
think the
right.
owner is right here somewhere on the call. I think the owner of that bag head with the spam under it is is Troll Farmer right here. But
Troll
yeah,
Farmer
there's
made
a
some
lot
really
of
good ninjas. His creation process has been really good so far.
yeah, he does. Look at the muscle guys. I didn't know the flame heads had muscle as well. I thought it was only classic. Oh, that's insane.
That's another one we kind of, you know, we found ourselves at the end of this run with a little extra time, you know, from the art standpoint, and we just decided let's just have a little extra fun with it, right? Let's like do a little something that we didn't intend to do, and some of these head types just worked so well with the muscle body that we didn't intend for it because it was kind of built to be a kind of lower edition trait, but it just worked. So we added in this too, this sword here with the muscle body is new. Originally, some of y'all might know it, of course, you know, from Jan's PFP as like the dumbbell. Yeah. So we added this in there. There's a couple other hand traits we added with the muscle body, and then we did some things with like this thumbs up. You'll see them in here. Oh, here we go down here. Yeah, we got the throwing star, the ninja star instead, and then kind of like the relaxed body as opposed to, you know, the thumbs up. But it's pretty fun. You see that along the way is how, even though you might add 4 or 5 traits, like the number of combinations of characters you can get out of just such a small number of traits sometimes goes a long way, which, you know, you see that in like punks, for example, right? That they have like 90 something traits and they pulled a full 10K out of that. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's impressive. I like the it's like kind of like the 8-bit style skulls, you know, like those are cool. And there's like cat skulls. Like I saw those as
We
well.
did a cat skull. Yep, that was one I kind of originally started making that one for myself because I wanted a flame head version of my previous Gen 1 PFP with the cat. And then I just decided to stick with the classic skull just for that. Ordinals is dead lore, you know.
And just to be clear, on these like all these different traits, these are hand drawn.
Yeah, these are all hand drawn traits. Then we vectorize them. You know, we take them in, we get them vectorized, turn into an SVG so that we can then just change the colors using just the code. And the benefit of that too is by changing the colors using only the code is we get consistent colors across the collection. So we have a limited palette of colors here, and they're all boiled down to hex codes, you know, for color. So that allows us to make this without any errors of shades not going together, which is something you would see in things like the Spirit Ninjas. You would definitely see that because like the head is different, the skull is different, the flame is different, the hoodie is different. Those are all individual traits. But if you're not careful, you don't do it with code, you might end up with different shades of those white lines where you might not see it at this small scale or on PFP scale, but if you ever to blow it up, you would absolutely see that those colors are not lining up. Those colors or those lines are not matching up. It would just look funky. That's one of those things that maybe I only think about, or anyone who's OCD about this stuff as I am. Most people may not care, but I think at the end of the day, it delivers a good art product and a great PFP.
Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, these are sick PFPs. I'm loving some of the new traits that's been added. What about like the characters, man? So like, we're already kind of getting a glimpse. If you, for the early people, they've already seen like the chameleon probably, but like, what kind of goes into deciding like which characters were a good add for like the Pizza Ninjas?
I think a lot of it comes from the lore and the story. I'm in that writer room chat with our writing team, and I don't usually say much, but I kind of listen. I'll chime in if I have an idea here or there, of course, but I usually just kind of listen and kind of get feedback or kind of hear where their direction is going with the Pizza Ninja lore. And a lot of it does lean towards, these animals in the Pizza Ninja world. So now we have like the bear, the cat, the chameleon now. We have a lot of animal characters. And then we're also now leaning into a lot of like elemental characters, which is where like the Blaze Skull would come from. It's that fire character. So it's something that I kind of just cherry picked from the lore and then started drawing it. And then like I mentioned to you previously too, is a lot of things don't stick. There are a lot of drafts that I will draw up that just don't hit the right way, or they don't feel right, or something just feels off, whether it be just the art itself, or there's just kind of no match for it in the lore where we are now. And it's all evolving too, which is also great about how we're doing the whole Pizza Ninjas world. Is it's just evolving constantly.
I do, Boozy, I do have a question for you. Like, out of all these traits, what was the most challenging to create for you?
Ooh, man, I don't know. I'd have to go back and probably look at some of my texts with Trevor, of him just constantly grilling me on minor changes along the way. He does that, man. Like he will ask for like changes within like pixels, man. I'm talking to him like, can you move this over like just a little bit, and I'll move it. And he's like, no, I'll move it back just a little bit. I'm like, bro, this took 30 minutes each time. Like, come on, can we come to an agreement here? But that's kind of what I mentioned before, is that OCD with multiple people giving multiple opinions. Like you kind of dial it down to perfection that way. Just something that's a really great product at the end.
Yeah, that clown is tough. The clown with the balloon.
Yeah, there's a handful of new traits surrounded around the original gen. These traits are super limited. It was something we did not want to add a lot of the original gen stuff. We wanted to keep that kind of what it was, and then focus really heavily on the new character tribes. But at the same time, we still had a lot of good ideas around the original gen, around the classic head, like this dino. There's actually a few colors of this, like the dino. This actually came from a dinosaur. We had a dinosaur character at one point that was drawn, and it just was something about it just wasn't working. I think both from the art side and from the lore side, we wanted to kind of respect the line between Pizza Pets as well. So there's kind of like that monster line we have to kind of play with, but we don't want to go too heavily into that. But this trait came from that. This is great. This is something I'm pretty happy about. Some of y'all might recognize this beautiful hat over here on the bottom right. That's going to be in there a little bit too.
Our merch hat of Troll Farmer right there too.
Yep, so we had to add our merch hat in there with the generic kind of Pizza News logo in the middle. It's quite small, but when you do blow that up, in SVG, you can see all the details, and it's pretty neat how it looks just like the merch hat.
Do you have any SVGs of these that you're sharing, or maybe not?
I have some
like
pulled up.
Yeah, go ahead.
On Illustrator. Let me make sure I share the right window, because I think I'm sharing just a tab. Hold on.
Sure. Roger, you have any feedback, or did you join just to show off your room?
Right, and your hat.
I just joined because you were asking, Chris.
I'm just kidding.
The nicest guy ever, so I cannot say no when you ask.
That's very nicely.
No, I just really I looked through that collection.
Very honest too.
The most beautiful ones, they had my name on it. When you look through, when you scroll through, it's just like, it's insane, man.
Yeah, you did have some good picks there.
I spent half my life curating these damn things, because like half of the ones I did, I actually really went into it and edited it one by one till I really liked it. So
wow, okay.
I didn't just pick them. I really changed. I did at the end. I did over 200 because we needed more. But at the beginning, it said like 250, and then I ended up with 100. And out of these 100, most of them I edited them until I liked them. So half of my 200 are like hand done by Troll Farmer.
Yeah, Chris, you want to explain what that means to the audience that don't know what he's talking about?
Yeah, I mean, just how sort of like, are we saying with the process we used earlier, or?
How it's some of us are curating the collection, and it is going to have whoever. It's like like AMG Mercedes, when you go to the engine, it tells you the person that worked on or built the engine. That's kind of how this is kind of working. And Troll Farmer got some nice engines in there.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
I really like
you could.
the idea Mike had for that. That's a great idea. So I do want to shout out Micropic for having that idea to give everyone kind of a bit of metadata for this.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris, maybe you can do one and show the process or something.
Yeah, I did last time as well, but I can do it again.
I don't know. I stopped watching when you didn't find the password for like 10 minutes, so I don't know what happened now.
Yeah, we did, that did happen. Yeah, so I was probably best I don't share my screen this go around, because I do get tripped up, and I have a lot of moving parts right now. But Fred and I did show it last week. If anybody has it ready, Boozy was on it earlier.
Yeah, we can. We'll definitely go through and do some like re-rolls and curation there as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Chris, that's a nice shirt you got there.
Yeah, so this was the banjo player in the music video you watched earlier, and and Ken's wearing the harmonica player, and and the folk song you listened to earlier.
We should play it again for people that ain't here. You know,
these were designed by yours truly.
Wait, who?
Me. These are our Vegas shirts. Oh, we got quite a few people in chat. We got I saw Mark earlier. So it was just saying hello, ninjas. Carmelo, did I see Chameleon in there, bro? Secretary, not sure. Amazing artwork, Boozy. Vincent, shout out to Pizza Ninjas. Thank all you guys for pulling through the stream. Yeah, we're looking at some, just to kind of recap. We're looking at some Pizza Ninjas V2 art. The V2 mint is coming in like less than 2 weeks, and I mean, it's fair to say it's ready. Like, I mean, like we have over the amount of ninjas needed, and it's just down to some curation. But we're kind of leaking some of the art that we haven't shown before. So, did you have a screen ready, Boozy? Or
oh yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I saw it on my.
Yeah,
I was looking at the SVGs.
Here we go. All right.
Yeah, I wanted to show everyone too, like just like this, like the SVGs, man. Like this is again where we're doing something a little special, you know, using ordinals like here is by using these SVGs.
It's crazy.
You can blow these characters up. You know, you can print them any size. You can display them any size. I mean, if you're not going to run into any kind of like any pixelated issues. I mean, remember the old days of early ordinals where we were trying to save money, so we would just like inscribe low res quality stuff or exclusively pixel art. Like, you just don't have to do that anymore. You know, there's ways out there, and this doing an SVG is just like, it's just like the best thing. Look at this. You can just zoom in as much as you want and you don't lose any resolution. It's so awesome.
Do you have the SVG of the Ninja Hat trade?
I likely do. The merch hat, right?
Yeah, it looks so tiny, and I want to know what the Ninja looks like.
Really quick. Yeah.
I think it's the parent ninja, right? Okay.
Yeah, like the logo. It's like an updated version of the logo. But like, see how minimal it is? Like, you guys see that there?
Yeah.
Like, it's so, I minimalized it so much so that when you look at it, you know, on the PFP, you're not gonna like, it's not gonna be this blur. You know, like originally that kind of happened. And that's the thing about this collection as well, is we talk about that a lot, is how we want it to be minimal. We want it to be just not a lot of detail so that you can view it at a small size, specifically on like Twitter Spaces or, you know, X Spaces, and you can still kind of see the traits and it doesn't get muddy. I mean, no disrespect to other collections, but you see that a lot with like, you know, just the traits kind of blur together unless you're looking at them at a larger view. That's something we're constantly thinking about with every little trait that we do in here. That's actually too another thing that Trevor constantly will tell me is I'll pitch ideas to him or show him traits, and one of the first things he says almost every time is like, make it look simpler, like remove detail from it. And it's like, kind of reminds me that's right, that's important. And then we'll make sample ninjas and we'll mock them up on these little designs we've made that are like kind of like mock Twitter Spaces, so we can look at them at that 40 by 40 pixel view and see, you know, how's it going to look in the real world? How's it going to look when it's actually out there in the field?
I like that.
A lot of thought goes into it, you know. This one's cool. I've always been a huge fan of the blackout traits.
Yeah.
That's something I'm always trying to throw in there as much as possible. I just love how the blackout kind of just bounces off that our signature orange.
I know. I like that. I like those as well. Uh-oh.
All right, you want to talk about this guy?
What's this, Boozy?
So we had to add a bat in here. A bat was one of the original ideas we had. I'm talking going back to Gen 1. And to my own discredit, it's something I struggled with for a long time, was getting the bat to look right. Every time we did a bat, and if I had it in front of me, maybe for another day, I have a graveyard of stuff we can look at one day, of like the throwaway art that might be kind of fun to look at. And anytime I did a bat, it just was over complex. It was too many details, and it just didn't look like the rest of the collection. I mean, it still looked great. It was so cool, but it just didn't look like the rest of the collection. It just didn't feel like it fit right in with everything else. So we had a little extra time coming into the mint, with the 4 megas kind of being a challenge for us, and us having to take a little extra time on that. It gave me a short window of time to just kind of play around, and I did just that. I started playing around with this again, and I don't know what happened, and it just kind of clicked. And I made a version of it, which was almost just like this. It was one of those things where you as an artist, anyone listening as an artist might know, like sometimes you draw stuff and it's like sometimes you just get it almost right away, and there's not a lot of trial and error. You're just like, whoa, that works. Like I'm good. I don't have to mess with it too much. And this was that. This is pretty much like the original design right here that just clicked. Even the mohawk in there. So we do have a very small number of these compared to the rest of the collection, but it is rapidly growing because they're just so cool. We can't help but want to add more. So we'll flip over back to the collection in a minute and take a look at these. Just like the rest of the collection is broken down into many traits. You got the head as one individual trait. The mask is another individual trait. The eyes are an individual trait. I think the nose is an individual trait. And of course, you have your body, back accessories, top of head, and things like that. So this is what I'm super excited about. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch my sharing back over to the generator.
Yeah, dude, the bats are dope. I saw when I first saw those, I was like, where did these come from? And they look so cool. Was that another one that was just kind of like you're vibing in the lore meetings and you're like, this just makes sense to to add? Or
Oh yeah. I mean, that's one of those characters that like it kind of naturally feels like it would be a ninja if animals were a ninja, Like a bat just seems like it fits. Like they live in the dark, they're like nocturnal, they're sneaky, and like it just kind of fit. Yeah, they're flying rats. The raccoon, of course, was a kind of a easy fit. The raccoons are like the real world ninjas of the animal kingdom. Sharon again, do you see the screen?
the L's, I'm about to. L said, "Can I get a Bitcoin mohawk?"
There we go. Slap some Bitcoin logos across the side of that mohawk.
Yeah, I'm sharing your screen now.
Awesome. So here we have there's not a ton of traits for this, but again, for what it is, it doesn't need to be. But we had some fun. I mean, we got to do a vampire sort of like cape, right? You got to do that for a bat. Got to have your Bitcoin eyes in there. This is cool. We got to have some like aviation goggles, for when they're flying.
Yeah, I like that trait too. Secretary Not Sure said, "Love my 4 mega raccoon."
Oh yeah, his is a banger. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Got to have. Here's the hat too. The hat actually, there's one in here somewhere where the aviation hat and the aviation goggles are together, and it just looks so cool. It looks like he's just ready for flight. Got to have the sunnies, They don't like the sun. Got to have the sunnies. There's a sleep mask in here somewhere too, which is pretty cool.
I get it. That's cool. I like that.
The skull was just another option or example of me just throwing in skulls because I like skulls. I just threw it in there.
I like it too.
Like a mask.
That one, yeah, I like that one skull goes really well with that hat, like the Eskimo type hat, I guess.
That does work out really well. Yeah, the ears kind of pop out the top of it. It's nice.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
We should do a whole bats collection, man.
The bats are so cool. We're gonna go a little further, I guess, for something I really didn't want to share, but I think we should just share it while we're here too.
Oh, okay.
There's 2 types of bats, and again, it's it kind of.
Oh, you're gonna share that bat?
Yeah, I think we should, right? I mean, we're this close to mint day. You know, it'd be fun. It'd be fun to hope we get it.
Okay.
There is there's a couple other cool traits in here. Maybe
The
they're
most
not in this.
rare bet.
Here's the sleep mask, but this one's all blue. But it looks pretty neat when you have the sleep mask on like a like a red bat or something.
Yeah, that's cool.
Here's one you have purple. It's kind of funny. Yeah, let's jump over to that. You know, we're at 40 minutes into the show. Let's just jump on over. Here we go.
Dang, that's crazy. This show's just like flew by.
So this is where the bat originally came from. And again, not all of these are going to be in the collection. So I do want to throw a disclaimer because we're still doing some curation. But you know, it's fun to show people, kind of build in public, right? So originally, this is where the idea came from. Again, going back to like V1 or the original generation, we had talked about bats, and I had this idea like bats hang upside down. Let's do an upside down bat. But it just didn't quite fit. It just looked out of place completely. And once we kind of got the art down for the bat here and the style you see now, I mean, it was just a matter of like, let's just rotate that thing upside down and make that an option that you can pull as an upside down bat. Originally, we thought about doing all the bats this way. But again, Trevor talked a little sense into me and thought, well, not everyone's going to want an inverted PFP or an upside down PFP. That might not be their style. So we have both in here. We'll have some that are inverted and some that are regular. And of course, if you do pull an inverted, for example, and you don't want to rock it that way, I mean, not really hard to do a couple rotations on your phone, and there you go. You got a bat the way it should be, the way you want it to be anyway.
True, yeah.
But these are fun, man. These are fun. We got a couple of traits in there that are specific to the inverted. They get the crown down here, for example, like a falling off crown.
Oh yeah. I didn't even notice that.
There's a couple others that are still being workshopped. We're pretty much at the deadline of locking in traits, but if we can do it, we're gonna throw them in. I really do like the idea of having some traits in here that are just completely last minute and random. For me personally, like my favorite part, I mean, I love minting NFTs, and it's always so much fun to mint something, and it's kind of like opening that pack, right? You get to see what you pulled once the reveal happens. So I'm hoping some people are really excited when they, pull it upside down bat or some of these random characters that were kind of not really talked about too much early on when we started announcing the mint.
Yeah, dude, I like that there are specific traits for the upside down bats. That way it does differentiate them from like you said, if somebody just wants to like rotate their bat PFP or whatever, like it kind of makes them stand out.
Mm-hmm.
I love that the crown is falling off. The crown.
Yeah, that's a fun one. I love this one specifically. I'm a huge fan of the fawn color and the yellow together. It's always
I like fawn as well. I'm pretty
fawn is underrepresented. Like I think we kind of have like, I think fawn's actually on the rarer side in color, but it's one of my favorites. I love how it looks on that orange. I just love this right here is really good to me too. The yellow included on that.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Something small. Yeah. What was the idea behind the inverted bats? Like you're just like, man, bats typically spend their lives upside down, so we got to have some of that. Like, is it? I guess it's fair to ask of like, is this like a borderline separate character, or is this just like almost an extended trait variation?
It's in the I think in the metadata it is its own character type. I think that was done so that we can make sure we do the layering correctly. So I think it's like bat and inverted bat are like two separate character types. Mike explained it to me as to why that was important for the way the gen was built out. And of course, I didn't argue. I mean, he's the master at this stuff, so we let him do what he needs to do as long as he can provide that the art comes out the way it should. So it will be a different character type. But I mean, if I'm looking at it as a collector, it's a bat, just like any other.
Yeah, of course.
Whether it be upside down or not.
What you just said is like the interesting aspect of an artist and a developer working directly together so much, like you and Mike have this last few months. It's just interesting, like how like that art and that tech have to like combine in order to like make this all work.
Yeah. Mike, again, to shout him out again, he's been so great. It's really enjoyable for me as an artist. I don't understand a lot of how that stuff works. I'm really kind of dumb when it comes to the tech side and all this. So if I make an ask or ask for something that isn't possible or doesn't make sense, like he won't just be like, no, we can't do that. He'll like try to find a way or give me something that kind of gets me what I'm looking for, so I have the tools I need throughout this process. So he's been great.
Shout out to one of our base devs, Mike.
I'm trying to go over to this batch build and it's just not working.
Could we see everything that Chris curated so we could judge him about it?
No, we can do
it's
that.
A spoiler. No, it's a spoiler. It's a spoiler.
We saw
best idea so far.
No, people. I want people to be like. What I'm expecting is when people mint, they're gonna like go look for my name and they're gonna be like, "Was this signed by Chris Coffey, the guy who made that folk music video?" and if it is, then I mean they landed a grail.
Chris, what would be your artist name?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna create a cult of my.
I'll start this in private chat.
Oh, that. I thought you were talking about my. Never mind.
Liz, of course, I'm being locked out now.
Look, Roger, it's not just me.
Yeah, the password is in a private chat. It's in a private chat.
I was just in there. Yeah, I got it here. Let me find it.
I get it.
Like, what the hell? I was just in there. Did Mike did I say something mean to Mike and he like booted me out?
Yeah. Getting
so look, my password's not even working and I just literally copy pasted it. Let's try this again. Hold on. Come on, Mike.
I think
Mike locked all these flowers.
Mike locked the site because the URL.
Oh, what do you? Oh, that's true. Good point. Fair point. All right. Yeah. All right. I got him. All right. So.
But the one that I sent in the chat should actually work. It's also in our Telegram.
Our Telegram. All right. Let's try that real quick. Let me just for now I'll jump over to something we can look at here. Go back to a tab we can view somewhere.
So, Chris, what was the name? I didn't hear you. Your folk name?
My folk name? I don't know. I need some time to think on that one.
Can we come up with one for him? Troll Farmer? What would you call Chris as a folk name? What are famous folk singers? Do you know some?
It's a newer one, but I've been listening to like Red Clay Strays or like
Red Clay Strays. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
I listened to a bunch of like Bob Dylan or I guess Johnny Cash would kind of be folk.
Chrissy Cash? No.
Chrissy Cash.
That doesn't work. Chris Clay Cray?
I'm like, I like folk, but I'm not like I don't know. I go through phases, man. I mean, I think my last phase was rap. I literally went from like rap to folk.
Wait, you was a rapper?
No, just like stuff I listen to.
Oh, you listen. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought I was gonna say. Drop a freestyle right now, Chris.
Oh, dude, I'm so bad at freestyle. I've always wanted to be good at it, and I've always been bad at it.
Yeah, it's tough. You have to write it down.
Yeah.
But for real, man, you're a songwriter with that one.
I've always loved to write, just never been able to perform. Did Boozy get in? Not yet. All right, after Boozy gets in, we'll give this about 10 more minutes. I have a hard out on the hour today. We did talk about a lot. I think if you're watching this right now, I'm not 100% certain it needs approval, but I'm thinking that this would be a good episode to put on WAP to get people to clip. And basically what that is you get paid for clipping. So like you take a scene of some of your favorite art or maybe Ken saying something funny and you post it on your Twitter and you get paid for it. So I'm not 100% committing to that's going to be a thing, but be looking out just in case it's announced. We've done it before, but we might do it. We might run it back with this episode with the art leaks.
All right, I think I'm good now. I got this situated here, so let's share.
Dope. Here we go. All right, we're good. We're looking at the tribe selection.
All right, so yeah, this is kind of like you mentioned in previous streams. Like people might recognize this process of where let's do a sloth. You generate your character type. You get to pick I mean, do you want? Let's go heavy on how many characters. We can see a lot.
Jeez.
How many colors do you want? You want minimal
I've never
color,
done that.
level 1.
That's wild. 85?
I was doing 5 at a time.
Were you? I was doing 30 at a time.
Yeah.
Let's start minimal color, and then let's start with let's do a low trait level 1, so we can. Hold on. Sorry, just 1 second. And let's do black ninjas. Let's see what that looks like.
$85 is a wild number, though.
I know.
And I'll run through this. I'll do like usually high level like that, 85, 90, 70. And I'll run through and like I might only pick like 2 or 3 at a time, you know, and then re-roll and I just keep re-rolling. So it is pretty cool though. They let you like pick, you know, color heavy. Do you want to be color heavy on black, color heavy on pink, purple, whatever color you want. But you can see how like a lot of them just don't quite like line up in terms of colors. Like the colors just kind of all in place. Like this one here, the pink one with the blue eyes. Like there's a black headband, you just can't see it because the color combos just don't make sense. But something like that, you might like a few elements of it, so you can select it. And I probably shouldn't share that screen. That has too much metadata stuff on it. But basically, you can like open that screen up that you can individually then change traits. Swap the headband around, swap the eye color around, swap the body around, whatever it is. So you can really dial in, you know, the characters you like along the way. But then every now and again, I mean, again, it's all about the taste. Every now and again, I'll see something that I like this one I like. I would like this one. I might end up modifying it, but I like it to start. It's a good start point. And I can go back in and change it around as needed. So I'll sit here for hours and hours and hours on end just doing this process over and over and over again.
I know Mike adds new features every single day. What does the minus mean on the the 75,
see like positive numbers now,
and negative numbers as well?
I think the way you explained it had to do with
that usually shows
color.
up when Chris did one.
How what?
Yeah, I think it has to do
That
with
usually
like
shows
how
up when
far off
Chris
you are.
did one.
I think it has to do with like your color, like how far off the ninja is from like the parameters set on color and trait levels.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like the closer to like 0, I think it is, like the closer you are to like exactly what this would be like deriving for you. Another change he made too, which you really notice when you go through like individual colors, if you're trying to get like yellow exclusively, orange exclusively, he would put the ones that are that color heavy, so a lot of orange on top, and then as you kind of scroll down, it gets into like kind of more randomized colors, so a lot of like mixed match colors. As you see here, a lot of these are mixed match. But I also told the system, or like this one, add this collection. I also told the system in this case, just go wild. Just give me random traits, random colors, and I'll just kind of find stuff from there that looks good. Like this one actually is pretty cool. I might play with that one. I love the paintbrush ones. I have this. I'm trying to do at least one with every character type that has the paint splatter body and has the paintbrush to go with it. So it's like a little painter ninja. My daughter's saying hi to you guys.
I hear that. It's a holiday, so both my kids are home too. I like the apple as well. Sweet. I mean, I think is that yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this one.
Tomato. Yeah.
We do have an apple in here somewhere. Which
I haven't. This is my first time seeing the tomato.
Oh, really? So we need to do more tomatoes then. It's a little more rare. So let me add this, and I'll just modify the color so that it's color cohesive. Maybe just like red and yellow, you know? Maybe red and yellow and hints of cyan look really good on that one.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, Chris, I like your new name, man. 2-bit.
Chris 2-bits coffee. I love it.
So I know we got to wrap. I'm going to close this screen, but I'm going to point out a couple of things here too. There is some stuff on here for the Generation 2 that we haven't covered. So it's kind of a quick puzzle that I'm not going to leave too much attention on.
Okay.
That'll be a surprise for another day.
All right. Yeah, we'll do it again next week, probably same time. Guys, if you got nothing else out of this, it's really just some sneak peeks for the V2. And specifically, this curation process is something I just don't see other people doing. Like, basically, everything we just showed you just shows how much time and effort went into building the site. Each and every person contributing to the curation, making sure everybody gets a dope ninja. Like as Boozy was saying, like you can generate 85 of them, but half of them like they all work, but obviously some things just look better than others, right? Some's more cohesive than others. So curating that just to make sure that everyone gets a PFP-able ninja that they're going to love on Mint. So there's a lot of work that goes into this. There's a lot of curation. Shout out to Boozy for hand drawing 2,100 traits. Shout out to Mike for the dev work, the rest of the team for all the contributions that they've done, and really excited for this to roll out. I hope you are too. I hope you guys have been following, and yeah, definitely stay tuned for clips. We'll probably have some clips on the stream, and we will reveal some of the things that we just hinted at next Tuesday. Is there anything else, guys, before we wrap up?
No, I just want to say, guys, I'm super excited about this collection. It's been a lot of hard work for everyone on the team. So thank you to the whole team. I'm really proud of what we built with this collection. So like, I'm just super eager to get it rolled out. Like Mint Day can't come fast enough for me. It's like a little holiday celebration. I'm so excited. So yeah, guys, cheers.
Cheers, guys. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. For those of you that are celebrating a holiday today, I hope you get some time with your friends or family. And
I have a question left. Like, Ken promised the roast of Chris's ninjas. So is it like the next time? Or what's happening?
No. Like I was saying, he can't spoil my curation because my curation is going to be coveted.
We saw Troll Farmers. We spoiled his collection.
Yeah,
well, gotta spoil yours too, bro.
That sucks. All right, everybody.
2 bits. That's why they call you 2 bits.
Chris 2 Bits Coffee here.